boy. All right. Angie Hamburg. Angie's here. All right. Welcome to committee. The floor is yours.
Member Sweeney and members of the House Finance Committee, I'd like to give a special good morning to our representative, Pickle Antonio, for the Westerville City Schools. I'm Angie Hamburg. Thank you for the opportunity to provide testimony today on the state's budget. I'm the superintendent for the Westerville City School District, which is located here in Franklin County and also in Delaware County. Our district serves nearly 15,000 students and employs nearly 2,000 people and spans multiple municipalities. No business can function by reducing revenue while increasing services. The only Band-Aid we have right now is our cash balance, and like many districts, losing it abruptly would be catastrophic for us. Thank you for your time, and I welcome any questions that you may have.
Questions from the committee? Rep. Pickle Antonio.
Thank you, Chair Stewart. Thank you, Superintendent Hamburg, for being here, and thank you to Treasurer for being here last week. I know that you have done a lot of listening sessions in the community in partnership with your city elected officials and your Chamber of Commerce. Can you talk about the kind of things that you've heard from community members as you've done those educational and listening sessions?
Yes, thank you. We had a great opportunity. Our chamber hosted a session with some of our at that spot when there's an increase in counties due to the
of school funding of that. You get the payments for the real estate taxes once every 6 months. You have to pay out over those 6 months. How much does your cash balance drop within each 6-month period?
So we spend about $638,000 piece to it.
By definition, because it's half your expenses for a year.
Yeah, I mean, our salary and benefits are about 82% of our budget.
Rep. Hoops.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you for being here. This 25% thing, I mean, I do have an issue with that, but we'll go into that later. But I guess my question is, do you ever talk to during a board meeting about your carryover? And what do you report when you talk about that carryover? It's not something that you're hiding under a bushel or something, but you're letting the public know what you have, and what do you say and what do you do?
We are, and our treasurer does. I know she was here last.
I guess what is your rating, and if something like this 25% would take place, how would it affect your rating?
So we are AAA. The last time that we sold bonds, we passed.
Representative Young.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Thank you for coming today. I'm trying to get to understanding. I keep asking people from school districts, how much money do you need, right? And your district, I believe the budget's about $233 million approximately.
213.
And what's your carryover right now?
So we're about 161.
Okay, so you're at about 60%, probably something like
60,
that.
I think we're at 68.
And Moody's, when they're doing a review, they go through whether it's a business or whatever. You're not the only people that get assessed like that. So if you have 160 million in reserves and 233 million budget, and you get a tight squeeze a couple months a year, how much money do you need? That's 160 and 233, and you're saying that you had to levy failed. How much money was that going to generate? I'm just trying to get a feel of how much money that you all need, because the inflationary figures on average that you use are about 5.8 to 5.9%, and that's unsustainable. So how much money does your district need?
Great question. So one of the issues that we are really struggling with that I haven't heard a lot of dialogue around is our costs, in particular for special education, have really escalated, and we're not seeing adequate funding there. This year alone, we had to add 8 specialized learning classrooms at our elementary level just to accommodate our preschoolers moving up. And these are not like just students with a reading disability that need a little extra support. These are students who are in a classroom with a required ratio of 8 students to 1 adult as a teacher, and then we have additional aides that we add. And so as we look at our costs, and we've had to add special education staff, we've had to add transportation staff to help with transporting our special needs students, including aides to help with caring for them on the buses. we are deficit spending. And so to answer your question, we need enough to cover, as we look at our 5-year forecast, we need to cover what we project we're going to spend in salaries and benefits and other costs to run the district. And so again, that cash, I can't tell you an exact number, but I can tell you that what we have in there now gets us through the 5-year forecast. If you were to take it back next year, we would immediately be out of money and have to be back on the ballot.
Follow up?
No.
Other questions? Andrew, Rep. White.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you for coming in today. My question deals with, you said you added 8 units for these children who have special needs or are learning whatever. Could you explain more detail about what you're seeing and what you believe is the cause of that? And while we're at it, how are you assessing kids with kindergarten preparation? And are you seeing any trends there? Thank you.
Sure, thank you for the question. We are seeing, and if any of you would ever like to visit our special needs preschool, which, as you all know, we are required to have, we also have peer models in there, needs where staff members of school funding, a great job.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you.
Our next witness will be Kathy Cowan Becker.